schools, namely Iman's name setting and the Muslim generation. He's also the presenter of Ask Buddha, one of the most well-known fatwa programs in the United States. Dr. Salah had 400 live broadcasting hours in Egyptian, Arabic, and American television stations. I'm sure you all know that he's one of the superstars on YouTube. He teaches at Al-Azhar University, Sharia Academy, and the London College. He speaks Arabic and English very fluently, and he also presents a very famous TV program called Correct Your Recitation. Among his many qualifications is he's obtained his Bachelor in Arts in Sharia and Islamic Law from the University of Al-Azhar, and also a BA in pharmacology. So without any further delay, may I present and invite Dr.Muhammad Salah to deliver his talk on the preparations for the hereafter. His talk, inshallah, will last for about 45 minutes, and inshallah, we'll be taking one or two questions after that. For your information, he only arrived this morning all the way from the US. He's supposed to have arrived last night, but there was a delay in the flight. So we have a slightly jet-lagged version of the Sheikh tonight. Inshallah. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Muhammad Salah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Can you come closer, please? Jazakumullah khairan. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأولين والآخرين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Brothers and sisters, I should turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the utmost gratitude for giving me the opportunity to visit your beautiful country and be with you in this beautiful masjid, in this great gathering. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to deliver what He promised for us, to descend upon us His mercy, to shower us with His tranquility, and to forgive us our sins and make mention of us in a gathering that is better than our gathering, the gathering of Al-Malak al-A'la, the Jannah. Allahumma ameen. Today, inshallah, we're supposed to talk about preparation for the hereafter. Everybody knows what is preparation means. But what is the hereafter? What does it mean? What is the hereafter? You know, every human being, whether believers or non-believers, Muslims or non-Muslims, they believe in death and they acknowledge it. Have you ever come across anyone who says, I don't believe in death? Never. But we meet people every day who say, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Muhammad. But in death, nobody disbelieves in death. Because everybody experiences death. كل نفس ذائقة الموت وإنما توفون أجوركم يوم القيامة فمن زحزح عن النار وأدخل الجنة فقد فاز وما الحياة الدنيا This is when you shall receive your wages and you will be compensated on full. The good for the good and the bad for the bad. And the outcome will be as follows. One who will be moved away from fire and makes it to heaven, receives salvation, has indeed achieved success. That is the ultimate success. To be saved from fire and to enter paradise. There are only two places in the hereafter. Jannah wa Nar. Accordingly, one can judge his actions without even the need of asking a scholar whether this is halal or haram, by asking himself whether what I'm doing right now would lead me to Jannah or otherwise. Some people, they say it's not halal, but it is not haram either. There is nothing called not halal and not haram. It's either good or bad. يحل لهم الطيبات ويحرم عليهم الخبائث. 157 Surah Al-A'raf. That Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's prophecy in the Torah that he shall make lawful everything which is good and shall make lawful everything which is evil. It's as simple as that. So what is the hereafter and when does it begin? If we open the Quran together, we'll find in the second chapter, which is Surah Al-Baqarah, the longest surah in the Quran, in the third ayah, before that, in the second ayah, Allah said, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. That is the book, there is no doubt in it. Guidance for the righteous ones. Who are they? Want to know their traits and qualities. What is the very first quality of the pious and righteous ones? الذين يؤمنون بالغيب. Then ويقيمون الصلاة. Then ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. So the first quality is not that they pray and they fast or they give in a charity. That comes second. Before the acts of worship, there comes belief. Why do I have to do that? Why are we gathering here tonight? Why? That's a very important question. We do nothing without having an intention before we do it. There must be a goal behind it. What do we want to achieve? The ayah says, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. The first quality of the believers who benefit from this book, that they believe in the unseen. يعني what? What does it mean that they believe in the unseen? Have you seen Allah? You haven't. No one has, by the way, not only you. Have you seen paradise? No, you haven't, but some people have seen it. Have you seen hellfire? I hope that we will never get to see it. But eventually we haven't seen it. Alhamdulillah. Have you come across any angel? Did any angel appear to you and say, I am the angel of Allah? I've been sent to you? No, it didn't happen. We believe in angels. We believe in the presence of the jinn. We believe in the presence of Al-Jannah and Al-Nar. They are being created already. And we believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, even though we haven't seen him. And we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that's seen. This is called belief in the unseen. We believe because there are many indications, and that's why when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was returning from the burial of one of the companions, he made a remark which made the companions inquire about it. He said, وَدِدْتُ لَوْ أَنِّي لَقِيتُ أَحْبَابِي. I wish that I could meet my loved ones. I wish I could meet my loved ones. The companions were surprised. They said, Ya Rasulullah, aren't we your loved ones? He said, Antum ashabi, you are my companions. Ahbabi, my loved ones are those who shall come after me. They believe in me and they follow me though they haven't seen me. Those who have seen the Prophet ﷺ and have seen the miracles being presented along with him, Sahaba, honorable companions. But the Prophet ﷺ said, my loved ones are those who shall come after me, generations after me, after my death. They shall believe in me and follow me even though they haven't seen me. This is the quality of believing in the unseen. When Allah Almighty tells us about what happens soon after the angel of death extracts the soul, in Surah Al-Waqi'ah, which many of us recite on a regular basis, Allah Almighty says, فَلَوْلَا إِذَا بَلَغَتِ الْحُلْقُومَ. When the soul reaches the throat, listen to the description of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of this very critical condition. فَلَوْلَا إِذَا بَلَغَتِ الْحُلْقُومَ وَأَنْتُمْ حِينَئِذٍ تَنظُرُونَ. You're looking at your loved person while he's dying, but you don't know that he's dying, and you don't know what is going on with him. His loved ones are saying, Daddy, don't worry, you're going to make it. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be like the Lord. And this man is saying, you don't understand. You don't see what I'm seeing. I see the angels of death sitting in front of me. This is what the hadith says. Hadith of Bara ibn Azib in Musnad al-Imam Ahmad. But the ayah says, وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْكُمْ وَلَكِنْ لَا تُبْصِرُونَ. We are nearer to him than you. His son, his daughter, his wife are sitting on both sides of the bed. And each one is making a prayer, each one is making dua, each one is giving an assurance. Allah says our angels are nearer to him physically than you guys who you think that you're surrounding him. Our angels are nearer to him than you. But you cannot see them. You cannot see them. فلولا إن كنتم غير مدينين ترجعونها إن كنتم صادقين. Can anyone return the soul back to the body after it has been taken away? No. Once the turn has come, no one will be brought forward an hour or postponed, not even a minute. So we live in the unseen, and that is the main distinguishing factor between us as Muslims and all non-Muslims with their own different faith. Because we believe not only in Allah, rather in Allah and in the hereafter. أن تؤمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر. And in the last day. We believe in the last day even though you haven't seen it. And no one have gone to the last day, they return back to confirm to us what happens in the grave and what was the dialogue that went on between him and the angels of death. No, no, no. It's only recorded in the Quran. We believe in it because we believe in Allah. The unseen, we have enough confirmations that Allah is there and the Quran is His word, so we believe in all of that. That's why if a person denies anything concerning the hereafter has been mentioned in the Quran or in a hadith that continues testimony, then he is not a believer. More important than the prayer, than giving in a charity, يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. Then after that, يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ, they establish the prayer. And thirdly, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. And they give in the charity out of what we provided for them. Why? Because they believe there will be a hereafter. يعني once the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam slaughtered a sheep and he went out to take care of his business and let Aisha take care of the sheep. When he returned, she said, "Oh Prophet of Allah, it's all gone." She means I distributed the meat of the sheep entirely, except for the sham. This is a part that the Prophet ﷺ used to prefer, so she saved it for him. And she said, what? It's all gone. I dispensed it all, except for the still with meat. The Prophet ﷺ said, La ya Aisha, no, tit for the tat. Whatever you distributed and you gave in a charity, that has been saved, not gone. The part which you digest and excrete, this is what is gone. Only those who believe in the hereafter recognize that, they understand what is the meaning of preparing for life after death. While agnostic, atheist, the main purpose of denying the presence of Allah is because they don't want to believe that there will be accountability and reckoning. If it is only that, we all believe in Allah and let everyone do whatever they like, no problem. But belief in Allah comes with a package. That's why if you examine the Sunnah, you will find the following fact. In many hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, whenever he wanted to encourage the companions and his ummah of doing a thing, or discourage them against doing another thing, he would use that reference. He would say, such as in the Psalm hadith, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه. من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم جاره. من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت. Which means, let whoever believe in Allah and in the last day, let him honor his guest. Let him be gentle to his neighbors. Let him say what is good, or at least be quiet. What is the motive of honoring the guests? What is the motive of taking care of the neighbors, of being good to others, even to animals? What is the motive of guarding your statement? You think before you act. You think before you talk. What is the motive? What is the purpose? Because I believe in Allah and in the last day. I believe that Allah says, مَا يَلْفِظُ مِنْ قَوْلٍ إِلَّا لَدَيْهِ رَقِيبٌ عَتِيدٌ. Whatever you utter will be recorded by other angels. Nothing will be neglected. Nothing will be forgotten. Rather, Allah says in the Quran, أَحْصَاهُ اللَّهُ وَنَسُوهُ. Allah recorded it all and He forgot about it. So when you have the concept that whatever you do is recorded because there will be a day of reckoning, this is the greatest motive to be righteous. And when you perceive that life after death, hereafter, reward and punishment, al-Jannah wa Allah, are all real, this is the greatest motive as well to hinder you from disobedience. Again, is disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another hadith, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فلا يجلسن على مائدة تبور عليها الخمر. Many people ask, I work in an international company and my colleagues are non-Muslims. My boss is non-Muslim. When we attend a business meeting, they all drink and I have to attend with them. What is the ruling presented in this hadith? The Prophet ﷺ says, let whoever believe in Allah and in the last day not to sit on the same table where alcohol is being served. So do's and do not do's, simply the result of believing in the hereafter. Believing in the word and in punishment. When does it begin? And what are the circumstances of the beginning of the hereafter? Can anyone answer me? When does the hereafter begin? What is it? Well, I didn't say, what is the day of judgment? Because this question has been answered in the Quran repeatedly. Right? The typical answer is what? وَإِنَّمَا عِلْمُهَا عِنْدَ رَبِّي لَا يُجَلِّيهَا لِوَقْتِهَا إِلَّا هُوَ. When even Jibreel alayhi salam asked the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you know, he series of questions, tell me about Islam, Iman, Ihsan. Then when he asked him about the day of judgment, he said, what is it? He said, the questioned one knows no better than the questioner. The questioner is Jibreel. And Jibreel doesn't know. How would I know? varies from an individual to another. I mean, the hereafter of each person begins soon after the soul departs the body. When the person dies, his own hereafter begins. Reward and punishment begin. And that is in the hadith. Collected al-Imam al-Bukhari wa Muslim wa Tirmidhi and others. So that's a seventh hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِذَا مَاتَ أَحَدُكُمْ عُرِضَ عَلَيْهِ مَقْعَدُهُ بِالْغَدَاةِ وَالْعَشِيِّ إِنْ كَانَ مِنْ أَهْلِ الْجَنَّةِ فَمِنْ أَهْلِ الْجَنَّةِ وَإِنْ كَانَ مِنْ أَهْلِ النَّارِ فَمِنْ أَهْلِ النَّارِ. Whenever any of you will die, he will be able to see his seat in Al-Jannah or in Al-Nar 24/7. Continuously. In the morning and in the evening. Al-Bara ibn Azib saying, and I will try to summarize the hadith because it's a long hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِنَّ الْعَبْدَ الْمُؤْمِنَ إِذَا كَانَ فِي انْقِطَاعٍ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا وَإِقْبَالٍ مِنَ الْآخِرَةِ. Whenever a believer is about to depart this life and approaching the hereafter, a set of beautiful, nice-looking angels, dressed up in clean, pretty clean, fragrance clothes, white. Their faces are as bright as the sun in midday. They will descend from heaven, and they will bring with them a coffin from heaven, and a hamur, fragrance from heaven, and they will sit in front of the person who's about to die, مَدَّ الْبَصَرِ, where he can see them. That's why Allah said, وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْكُمْ وَلَكِنْ لَا تُبْصِرُونَ. Our angels are nearer to him than you, but you cannot see them. They will sit around him, then the angel of death will descend. Then he will call upon the soul of the believer. This is the first case. Say, يَا أَيَّتُهَا النَّفْسُ الطَّيِّبَةُ. In one narration. In another, يَا أَيَّتُهَا النَّفْسُ الْمُطْمَئِنَّةُ. النَّفْسُ الطَّيِّبَةُ say, oh, the goodly soul. اخرجي إلى مغفرة من ربك ورضوان. Come out easily and in peace towards forgiveness and pleasure from your Lord. Once he says that to the soul, and only the person who's dying will be able to hear that and comprehend that. No one around him will understand. That's why we see some people at the time of death, all of a sudden, after they have been in pain for months, they have cancer or an ailment or whatever, they start smiling. They start smiling, especially the people of the Quran, who have memorized Quran and acted upon the Quran. So once I am a witness to something like that, they give the person some fruits, because the doctor said let him eat whatever he wants now. It won't make any difference. So his daughter gave him some strawberry. He said, no, I'm going to have it somewhere else. Save it for you. He was talking because of what he was seeing. He heard from him saying, يَا أَيَّتُهَا النَّفْسُ الطَّيِّبَةُ اخرجي إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِنْ رَبِّكِ وَرِضْوَانٍ. That's why the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, and I like to present it, as he said, فَتَخْرُجُ رُوحُهُ كَمَا تَخْرُجُ الْقَطْرَةُ مِنْ فِي السِّقَاءِ. If this is about, and I'm pouring water in a glass, is there any difficulty in pouring water? Is there any resistance? As a matter of fact, it is going along with the gravity. Very smooth, very simple. If you want to pour forever, you will keep pouring. This is how easy the soul of this person will come out of his body. Like pouring water from a jar into a glass. Very peaceful. Very easy. Allahumma ja'alna minhum. Oh Allah, make us amongst them. Those whom the angel of death will call upon them, يَا أَيَّتُهَا النَّفْسُ الطَّيِّبَةُ اخرجي إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِنْ رَبِّكِ وَرِضْوَانٍ. And once he extracts the soul, the set of angels, the assistants of Malak al-Maut, will not wait for a second. Rather than to lift the soul and wrap it in the coffin from heaven. They They apply the fragrance from heaven, al-hamud, and they will have their own funeral. So we'll have a funeral for the body, and the soul has its own funeral. The angels are taking the soul into another funeral. So long as they ascend. The angels everywhere in different layers before the worldly heaven, they inquire, they say, wow, ما هذا الرب الطيب or الروح الطيب. What is this great fragrance if it is ruh? And ruh means a soul. What is this great soul? Whose soul is this? We find a great fragrance coming out of it. It's such a beautiful funeral. The angels would inquire. So Malaika will say, this is the funeral and the soul of so and so, giving him his best names in the dunya. You used to like the name Abu Ahmad, Abu Abdurrahman, whatever name you like, they will use his name to introduce you to angels. Then they will keep ascending until they reach the gate of the holy heaven. When they seek permission, the God will say, whose soul is it? This is the soul of so and so. The door will be open. Then وَيُشَيِّرُهُ مِنْ كُلِّ سَمَاءٍ أَهْلُهَا. Every heaven of the seven heavens has its own dwellers. They will follow the soul of this righteous servant, of this good soul, until the next layer, the next heaven, until it reaches to the seventh heaven. Then Allah Almighty will say, اكتبوا كتاب عبدي في عليين. Write his soul in the record of the righteous ones of Ahlul Jannah, عليين, as it is mentioned in Surah Al-Mutaffifin. كلا إن كتاب الأبرار لفي عليين. Then he says, take the soul back to earth, because Allah Almighty says, منها خلقناكم وفيها نعيدكم ومنها نخرجكم تارة أخرى. From earth we created you, and unto earth we shall return you. Then from earth we shall bring you up again. So the angels will take the soul back and come down to earth. To do what? The soul will come back to the body of the believing servant in the grave for the test, the trial of the grave. When the Prophet ﷺ finished the diet of one of the companions, they were about to discuss. He said, wait, pause here for some time. استغفروا لأخيكم فإنه الآن يسأل. Make plenty of istighfar, seek forgiveness for him, because he is being questioned now. Do not rush to me. Give him some company. Make istighfar for him that Allah may make it easy for him to answer the questions. We all attended exams. Graduates, undergraduates, postgraduates, we attend exams. Not a single exam we know the questions before we attend, unless if the questions were leaked. But normally, you don't know what kind of question will be there. Only the test, the trial of the grade, the questions are being distributed beforehand. Thousands of years before this moment. You already know the question before you attend the test. And the questions are not hard, are always the Marabba. Who's your Lord? Hard? Is it a hard question? Guess what? It's a very hard question. It's a very hard question. And you will see the consequences of not answering this question. What is your faith? What is your religion? And look at the third question, which I know that you guys, all of you sisters and brothers, know the questions. And you have hopefully taught your kids that questions will be asked in the day. But focus on this third question. What is the third question? What is the third question? Who's your prophet? They're not going to say, and what do you think of Muhammad? No. It's a test. So they're going to say, and what do you say concerning the man who had been sent to you without mentioning his name? So the believer will be able to answer the questions fluently. And once he answers them, Allah the Almighty will call from heaven will say, "An sadaqa abdi, my servant has spoken the truth. فَأَفْرِشُوهُ مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ وَأَلْبِسُوهُ مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ." Make his spirit in the grave, not sand and pebbles, no, make it from heaven. Make his clothes from heaven. Then the best fragrance will come out of him. Subhanallah. Then a nice looking man with a bright face will appear to him in the grave. With a cheerful smile, will talk to him and will say, "Abshir billadhi yasurruk." This man will address the dead person. After answering the question, say, "Rejoice, I have some good news for you. You shall be pleased." He will say, "Wait a minute, who are you? I don't know you. But you have such a beautiful face that will bring good news. Who are you?" He say, "Don't you know me?" "No, I haven't seen you before." "I'm sorry, who are you?" He say, "Ana amaluka salih." I am your good deeds. I am your good deeds. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open for him a window in the day where he will be able to see his seat and heaven, his property, his family, his belonging. And at that person in the grave will invoke Allah, saying, "Rabbi aqim as-sa'a." My Lord, establish the day of judgment now. Why? "Hatta arji'a ila ahli wa mali." I want to go where I belong to. I want to join my family and my wealth. Now he recognizes that this palace in heaven is his. This person heard Habiba, may Allah be pleased with her, narrating that the Prophet ﷺ said, "Whosoever observes 12 rak'ah on daily basis, Allah will build him a house in paradise." Allah will build him a house in paradise. We're talking about a sunnah al-mu'akkada. So ever since he heard the hadith, on a regular basis he prays 4 rak'ahs before Dhuhr, 2 by 2. And 2 rak'ahs after Dhuhr, 2 after Maghrib, 2 after Isha, and 2 before Fajr. Now it is time to get paid. So he offered the fard and the nafl, the Fajr sunnah. What is the hadith? بَنَى اللَّهُ لَهُ بَيْتًا فِي الْجَنَّةِ. Allah himself will build a house for him in paradise. So he recognizes his property, his place, his family. He said, "Rabbi aqim as-sa'a hatta arji'a ila ahli wa mali." The rest of the hadith is obviously talking about the criminals and the disbelievers at the time of death and their suffering.